taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. There's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. They begin the drive with ball. And this is just shy of 30 to 29.
Techniques already.
It's run, you can almost feel the ground shaking. That's when the offensive line creating space for the runners. Coach tells you something before, we always tell the runners. Run around the offensive line and great game. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. A good gain on first has him set up for second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. First carry now for Justin Fields. He's going to have a Raiders first down as he's got protected by the 34-yard line. First down, he nicely put off. It's a decent game. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. To Travis Jackson.
God damn it, man. I didn't even see that shit.
Down the right sideline. And he gets it all the way down to the plate.
I don't know where he came from. Okay.
62 yards.
Damn.
Big time credit. What a play design there.
It was. Freed him up nice.
Yeah, all sorts of room to operate in. And they finally track it down inside the 5-yard line.
Muscle memory.
Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch-up this drive as well. And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. And takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it to 26.
Sleep.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 26. The tight end in motion right. On first and 10, it's Hurts. First short throw brought by Goddard. Take it away. And just right up field across the 45. That's his gain of 21 yards. Defense gets up the touchdown. Offense, you got to get out there and get us back right now. And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. First carry for the Oakland Swift. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now we'll have some options on second and short. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think early shot here? I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. Now it's second and 2. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Right back to Swift again on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. The man in motion is Brown. They'll try and run here to Smith.
Damn, man, it's a hard day to get up there, man.
Indecision on 3rd and 1. We didn't see him that run. They went to get a shorter square. Just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up. Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. They'll give this rookie play as A.J. Brown. 17 yards for protection. It's a first down. It's good from experience because it is always a distributed man on his toss because even if you don't get hit, big danger being hit. You want to one of the receivers, or maybe on your own defender. And on that play, that went quite well. The handoff to Swift, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards to loss, 2nd and 12. That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility isn't getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled it for a loss. Here's a quick throw. After 1, 7-0, RBA Sports. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Motion left, Smith. Just outside the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Smith the man in motion left. Here's a handoff to Swift. DeAndre Swift, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point lead after time this ball game. And they drew up the counter there and it worked. Again, they drew up the counter. And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much, even 1 step to that. Get them going in one direction and cut back against the green. Let your running back finish it off and get the work done. Each team has scored 7 here as the kicks away. Devin Duvernay now returning to the end zone. And there the offense across the 25. offense at the line, set to get going. A lot of time for the team to game plan on the sideline after that drop. You really watch the other side just swing a bit. Last time they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back. They haven't had a lot of time to throw it off from reaching the end zone the last time, so they have to be able to keep themselves mentally sharp in this game. Even though they haven't been on the field, and you have both up, one big play that gets them right back up to that level. Jackson's throwing it as Mitchell Morgan. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Andrews first catch, good for a first down. Just using size and restraint, trying to occupy some space and kind of body people away and kind of catch the football. And this guy is a fine route runner. Makes me wonder if he takes a dance classes in his ground with his football. They'll go first down. He's going to stop on the line of scrimmage. Jalen Carter with his way back. On the line of scrimmage, he dropped for the throw-ins. Yeah, give it up for him. Give an athletic move, big man, right middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run. And he finishes that one on 4 downs. On second down at St. Louis. And not much room to speak of. We're going to get about 3 after 4. Just not a whole lot of room out here on the inventory. Third and goal here. Now it's Jackson. He goes pressure too much this time. A solid run. He's the quick break. This is a loss of 5. They bring some third down. We've hit the 200 mark for his first half. Not it's just 7. Third down and out from Jordan Stout here at punt.
Ah, shit.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin the next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a bit of motivated groups. Remember the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time they looked at the 2 touchdowns was defense. They were kind of frustrated after going up 6 the last time on the field. I think it's just about rules in a lot of ways because motivated, the game plan for this drive, and they put the specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Trying. Oh, shit.
38 now after a good start to the drive. Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Hey, let's go.
Here's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. It's Okuwebe now. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 29, here's the 2nd down and 4. They'll send Brown in motion right. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. He'll look to throw. Out and it's complete to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And defensively, they were in zone covers there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
Jackson now.
A swing pass here to Edwards.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to lead to a third and 11.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Tucker's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
A good run there on right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Swift.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. Here now, third down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Forget about matriculating the ball down the field at this point of the game. They needed a big chunk, and they got one. And now, you're one completion away from giving your kicker a chance to win the game.
Edwards now on first and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
His size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's second down. Throwing, Jackson.
Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for third down. Jackson.
Going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact caught the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on fourth down because you can try the long field goal, you can go for it, or you can punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen. And we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him he doesn't believe it. But this one winds up no good.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
At the Ravens' 47-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Once again, it's Swift. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. First and 10.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. From 49 yards away, he nailed it. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. They did exactly that.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.